past 3 decades, I've been in the industry in terms of the entertainment video, in terms of computers, all the related industry up to now, because before you don't have the internet yet. I'm already in the pay TV business. So from pay TV, I went to dial-up days. Then I went to proprietary like cable internet. Then I switched this because of the track record I built for past 20 plus years, all the way from Central Luzon up to Upper Northern Luzon and South Luzon. I became a one of the biggest pay TV operator outside Metro Manila. I applied a congressional franchise, so we granted a congressional franchise by 2012. The technology I started in video up to today in pay TV and transform. The technology transform every certain period of time. So that's why I keep that technology up to today, presently in the telecommunication segments. This is part of my passion because passion, innovation in terms of technology, and I'm seeing we are the lowest speed internet, we are the highest internet price in terms of Southeast Asia. Sad to say, in terms of even the telecommunication segment in terms of mobile, we are the least tower throughout Southeast Asia. And compared to Ghana and Myanmar, they are better than Philippines in terms of cell site penetration. So I'm passionate with the technology. I stay focused on what I'm doing. So I'm thinking when to this pay TV, when to this internet. So this is coincide to my direction. That's why we have a Converge now. You need to understand the needs of the consumer. Number one, Philippines, as of today, we have 70 million Facebook users. And Filipino are the youngest ages, median age throughout Asia Pacific, average of 27 age. 11 millions of Filipino stay outside of our country. Either they living abroad or they are OFW, and they contribute to 30 billion of our remittance to the country. Is only 6% of the household penetration as of today. So you have 25 million and 1.5 million have high-speed internet in this country. Stay laser focused to develop and to give our consumer better, stable, fast, reliable internet. If you don't have a stability of connection, the digital commerce will not fly. And aside digital learning or e-learning, all this digital life totally will stop. 10% of household penetration of the broadband. We're talking broadband should be 25 meg more, not 25 meg below. That's why we're focusing the ITU standard, International Telecom Union. Once they call you broadband, that should be 25 meg above. So once you have this high speed, 10% penetration to the home, is contribute 1.3% GDP every year. Why? Because people can work properly in terms of learning, online teaching, online businesses, work at home, education, all this buying, selling through these e-commerce things. My favorite part here is innovation, to innovate. Challenges is everywhere. Being this kind of business is a lot of challenges. So you need to be innovative. The biggest challenge I have, I tell you, is it's not easy to come into Metro Manila. This is a bigger challenge in the industry. I started from provinces, but to envision to come into Metro Manila, it's not easy. I bring latest technology called micro trenching. We cut the road at 2 inches and we restore it the same day. So we put this, this is the first in the Philippines. And we have proprietary that technology. We have 13 machines. Imagine the whole Makati we finish in 2 months because of this proprietary technology. We are laser focused on our niche market, the penetration of the high-speed internet with fiber end-to-end technology. That's our focus. We don't have wireless. We don't have this mobile. My goal is to bring this technology to, hopefully, if I can bring to 50% of the household of the Filipinos throughout the Philippines, not just Luzon. In fact, our subsea cable we finished first quarter of 2021. This is connected to Visayas Mindanao. In Cebu, we might accelerate our operation. I think in third quarter of this year, we have already 10,000 lines ready to fire up. My dream is to bring this digital landscape throughout the country, not just only for consumer, but for our government to have a national broadband or e-government, e-health, e-education. All this should have digital highway, because I built this highway for the entire country to benefit to all sectors of the society. The young people are really tech savvy. If you understand the needs right now, especially Generation Z and Generation X, so they are really depend on the technology right now. So we have a lot of new startup company, especially this e-commerce sector right now, and this social media are creating a lot of impact of eyeball in terms of fintech, in terms of e-wallet, all this kind of online businesses. So this will impact a lot to the young generation. You need to understand what is cause of the roadblock. But if you're really innovative and you can find ways, there's no such roadblock you cannot solve. And don't lose the passion. And every day there's a roadblock. That's why we are here. We can solve this unnecessary come out. My product is good, and my solutions to able to benefit the common good of the consumer. And once you bring this on the table to necessary people to able to give you all these unnecessary roadblocks. And if you have a good product, end of the day, like in my case right now, because the branding of Converge and the product is really good for the public by word of mouth. Nowadays, they are calling us. They are the one now approaching us, because I believe when you have a good product, roadblock is not a matter to us. You know, when I came here from China, I came here in 1978. So in past the hardship to Cultural Revolution of China, my uncle have a grocery in Angeles City. So they bring us, the whole family, to Philippines. So I need to work through helping the grocery every day. I sleep in the cashier counter, put the cardboard. That's the hardship I passed through. You know, I started at 11 years old from grade 1. So I really think I'm overage to my classmates. So I finished my grade school in 3 years. After that, early 80s, 83, I'm start doing some business already. You know, the Betamax tape, rental, all that thing, early age. After my school, at 1 o'clock, I need to ride upang Trangco bus all the way to Cubao and take to buying these gadgets, buying this computer, go back to province at night. So early morning, I go to school again. So all the enterprise, you can see, school, businesses, I sell all the computer to them at early age. If I have free time, I went to vocational schools. During night time, there's a nighttime calling to Lorraine Technical Institute in Pampanga. I went to refrigeration, I went to electronics, I went to electrical, the vocational course. Then there's a computer specialist school. I went to study COBOL, software, Fax Pro, database, all these development softwares. I passed through all these things. I bought all this, a lot of equipment, bring it to Philippines, and I sell it to the telco companies, the incumbent telcos. So I learned a lot from this exercise, and I became a Sun Microsystem distributor in the Philippines, and then was bought by Oracle. This is unexpected to everyone. No? The new normal is happened totally lockdown, so we adapt very quick because the lockdown for public transport. All these people cannot go to work, so we need immediately to do some. In the middle of the process, we have digital transformation, so people can get in touch with us, especially in apps. In terms of call center, we need immediately because of the demand surplus to high. So we immediately add on additional 200 lines. And the call center, you cannot maximize 100% anymore occupancy. We just do 30%. We need to open 3 remote site DCP, 1 in Clark, 1 in Ortigas, and additional 1 I think in our event center. So we house our people here for almost 2 months. We provide them everything, so we avoid this pandemic to affect to our people. In terms of the payment center, we encourage customers go to not flock to our business centers. So we came out a lot of this information drive to inform them you can pay online, bank, all these things. 7-Eleven, or you can do credit card or Paynamics, all these things. So suddenly the demand went up to 400%. So with anticipation of that, we need to prepare to hybrid to surplus these demands. We need to create more contractors. We need to buy more vehicles and hiring the people. We need to prepare them, but you cannot do immediately. But hopefully this third and fourth quarter, we can normalize our operation. The online is quite important this moment. The e-commerce, the digital payment, this is the way, change the way of new normal. You need to do quickly, decisive, and you need to be prepared. But that one can happen overnight. Private school, we provide them all the big pipes, and with the quality of network we have, you can feel the importance of the good stability network. That's why we surpass a lot of demands. You can see the parents is more panic than the kids because school days is there and then the network is not there, so even the stability of the network they expect is not there. No? So we anticipate that that's why we have this increase of manpower at the back. No? So in terms of public school, that should be give the focus, because public school, these people, they cannot afford to pay that amount of 1,500, especially this in the slum area. We have tie-up with some local government unit somewhere in South. We provide them like 6,000 this in the low-income people. We provide the fiber to the home, to the virtualized VPN network, to the school apps, so they have a more stable connection to the education. So the platform is ready. In fact, we have some demo and we have some launching some products already with this online education. The first infrastructure is there. We just only extend our network to this area. They just pay on one-time charges of they're able to deliver the fiber to them. Good quality education. They see to it. They continue during the pandemic. They have a good education. And the other thing we just only serving them as the internet requirement using prepaid, because the infrastructure is there. I just have the e-wallet. We just partner with the local cooperative to able to sell the loads to them. The new normal, the setup, we need to tweak a little bit. We have already set up that transformation of digital. in the middle of this pandemic that's happened, but we need to expedite access on this deployment because of demand went up so high. So we need to put ahead of some schedules because of change of business is totally different now. The goals and the direction is being set. The Philippine market is really underserved, no? Because of if you're talking with 25 million households as of today, I'm talking the space of high-speed internet segment, because the part of the DSL and this wireless broadband, this is not part of the high speed, because DSL cannot go give you a high speed and wireless it cannot give a high speed too. So the stability of the network is the quality of the internet. The fiber is deliver this best broadband to the consumer. In other countries like Korea, Singapore, they've been almost 90% penetration to the home in terms of fiber. Sad to say, our country is just only, as of today, maybe with just 6-7% penetration. So there's a lot of underserved. So the room of the opportunity is called blue ocean opportunity. Imagine we have latest count, we have just this month we might closing close to 80,000 new ads. And in our survey, almost 90% of our new subscribers are first-time users of this fixed broadband. That means how far is the Philippines is with lack of infrastructure. We are trying our best. In fact, we are the speed of 150 to 180,000 new ports every month with our MetroWorks, our own construction company. We design, we lay, and we maintain. This is 100% on subsidiary of Converge. This is our advantage. We can control our speed because of our professional talent and our management team to handle this one. We want to serve the underserved of the country.